Just days after George Floyd was killed by a Minneapolis police officer, anti-Israel activists began circulating a conspiracy theory blaming Israel and American Jewish organizations for Floyd's death and the killing of other African Americans by police. These anti-Israel activists are trying to hijack the pain of African Americans to spread hate and exploit racial tensions for political gain. Roger Waters even appeared on a TV station belonging to the Hamas terrorist group in which he explicitly blamed Israel.
The Israelis invented, let's kill people by kneeling on their necks.
By slandering Israel and Jewish groups for police brutality against people of color in America, these individuals and groups rely on racist falsehoods. So here are the facts. Every year, the Anti-Defamation League and other groups take senior U.S. law enforcement officials to Israel to meet with experts in preventing terrorism, stopping gun violence, and responding to emergencies, because Israelis can help American communities stay safe and recover from tragedies. Many leaders recognize the value of these exchanges and reject calls to end them, including former Atlanta Mayor Kasim Reed.
I happen to believe that the Israeli Police Department has some of the best counterterrorism techniques in the world, and it benefits our police department from that long-standing relationship.
And anti-Israel groups can't name a single person who was killed because of these exchanges, because there simply aren't any. But that hasn't stopped them from lying and trying to blame Israel for complete falsehoods. For example, they have falsely claimed that the neck hold used on George Floyd was taught to Minneapolis police at a counterterrorism training conference hosted by the Israeli consulate in July 2012. But a simple search shows that neck restraints involving an officer's leg were permitted by Minneapolis police in 2010, and perhaps even as early as 2002. Anti-Israel groups claim thousands of U.S. police trained in Israel, but there are 1.1 million American officers serving in over 17,000 departments, and those trained in Israel are high-level officials learning about preventing terrorism, not beat cops. On top of that, the U.S. has police exchange programs with dozens of other countries, including Argentina, Australia, Austria, Brazil, China, Colombia, Egypt, Finland, France, Georgia, Greece, Hungary, Indonesia, Italy, Jamaica, Japan, Kazakhstan, Mexico, the Netherlands, Russia, the UK, and Uzbekistan. But only Israel and American Jews are being targeted with this accusation, which obfuscates the true lived reality of African Americans, whose struggle in the US is hundreds of years older than the modern state of Israel. Scapegoating Jews in this way has fueled centuries of racist violence and made it harder for societies to solve their biggest problems. Don't let anti-Israel extremists do the same thing in America.